3 ranches, 2 states, one government that keeps circling back to all of them. Tonight we're connecting the dots between Skinwalker Ranch, Bradshaw Ranch, and Mount Wilson Ranch, and asking why serious scientists keep showing up at all 3. Let's start where this all began. Skinwalker Ranch sits in Utah's Uinta Basin, and its modern reputation traces back to the Sherman family. They reported strange happenings there in the mid-1990s, cattle mutilations, unexplained lights, and livestock that vanished without a trace. Researchers Colin Kelleher and George Knapp documented the family's account in the book Hunt for the Skinwalker. In 1996, the Shermans sold the property to aerospace and real estate tycoon Robert Bigelow. He funded a private research effort through the National Institute for Discovery Science. Today, the ranch is owned by Brandon Fugel, and it's the centerpiece of History Channel's The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. Here's where it gets interesting. A few hundred miles away in Sedona, Arizona, sits Bradshaw Ranch, a property with its own decades-long reputation for strange lights, reported vortex energy, and local legends. In 2003, the United States government purchased Bradshaw Ranch from the Bradshaw family, officially for a climate change research program. Investigators later returned to the property and reported elevated radiation readings and unexplained temperature swings. Independent researchers who've walked the land with EMF meters have logged unusually high electromagnetic spikes. Readings they say they couldn't replicate anywhere else nearby, including dense urban areas. Now the pattern gets harder to ignore. Mount Wilson Ranch in Nevada was also once owned by Robert Bigelow. Investigators have focused on old mine shafts and lava vent tubes on the property. Historical rumors suggest Bigelow's team once dug in a lower meadow searching for what locals describe as a buried craft. So, you've got one owner connecting 2 of the 3 properties and a federal purchase on the 3rd. That's not folklore, Aki. That's a paper trail. Across all 3 ranches, the reported phenomena rhyme with each other: unexplained lights, electromagnetic disturbances, and portal activity. Folklore tied to local indigenous traditions predates any of this modern investigation. Some say these claims aren't verified by science. That's just not true. We currently have a team of scientists performing experiments for the public. We also have a consistent pattern of private and government money showing up to study land locals we're already talking about. Which brings us to the scientist everyone asks about, Travis Taylor. He holds multiple graduate degrees across physics and aerospace. He spent years in U.S. government and military-adjacent research before joining the team at Skinwalker Ranch. His role isn't to chase ghost stories, it's to bring instrumentation, controlled testing, and a skeptic's framework. His presence signals something worth noting. This stopped being purely a folklore story once people with real scientific credentials moved in. So here's where that leaves us. 3 ranches, overlapping ownership, a federal purchase, and a credentialed physicist choosing to spend his career studying it. Maybe it's coincidence stacked on coincidence, or maybe the government's interest has less to do with weather patterns than they're letting on. Brought to you by Trending Headline Therapy. Like, subscribe, and share for more, then you decide what's underneath it.